Scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit. What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10x Tech Tank. I'm Jared Yellin.
And Eric Nowoslawki.
We're excited to have you. We're excited. Are you excited?
I'm extremely
I
excited.
can tell you're excited.
Yeah, always
You're excited. So we're excited to have you because this show airs Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time for 30 to 45 minutes. We have entrepreneurs that are going to pitch us their tech ideas. And just to preface this, if this is your first time here, these are potentially really early stage ideas. Some of them are even on a napkin, right? They're just like concepts. But they're concepts that these people have thought about for a really long time. Many people have thought about them for years, and others have thought about them maybe for months, but for hours and hours. And some of them even have this problem in their life. There's some inefficiency in their personal life, in their professional life, or something that they've identified in the world, and they've committed to being the solution. They just don't know where to go with it. And one of the biggest challenges in tech is, who do you trust? Like, do you go out and hire a software development firm who most likely is not going to deliver what you want? Or maybe you go out and try to build your own dev team. Like, that's impossible. Like, that's really difficult to do. So where do you go if you have a tech idea that you know must exist in the world, but you don't have the resources or the know-how to bring it to life? You're the right person to do it, but there's just this gap between where you are and where you want to be. Well, where you go is right here. Because this show is for people like that. People that have an idea and they're looking for co-foundership. They're looking for a partner. And maybe your idea is past the point of a concept. Maybe it's a minimum viable product, but you know you have a journey of millions of miles ahead of you. Or maybe you have a cash flowing tech company, but you also know there's a journey of millions of miles ahead of you. We host this show for that reason. A safe place for you to pitch so that Eric and I can share our insight, ask you some questions. Maybe Eric shares a story or two so that you can, no matter what happens, benefit from your time here. And maybe we see the right person with the right idea in the right market and the right business model, and we say yes to you. We say yes to taking that next step. Because what we stand to do is build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. I know we sound crazy, but listen, you can either cheer us on or you can try to pull us down. Regardless, you're giving us fuel and energy, and we're going to do it. So make sure that you watch us. So we host this show for people from around the world to share their tech ideas. And we're about to have our first entrepreneur step into the tank. And our ask of you as you're watching is to help. Share in the comments below, what do you love about this idea? And also, what do you stand against? Do it politely, this is their vision. And help influence our decision with regards to the next steps. With that, let's bring the first entrepreneur to the tank.
What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
And we're back with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi guys, my name is Chinua. I'm calling from Lagos, Nigeria.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling from Nigeria. You have 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea.
Okay. I'm building a business. After Prime. After Prime is an e-commerce solution for small, medium, and possibly large-scale businesses. You see, in Nigeria, we have about 200 million population, and 60% of this population are made up of young people. And even among this 60%, 33% are unemployed. So you see a greater number of young people, going into buying and selling in order to make ends meet. But then in Nigeria, the e-commerce space is very fragmented, and there is no all-encompassing solution, or maybe an even better solution that can, usher these people in, this new drove of young people who are, taking advantage of the buying and selling possibility, you know, providing them online stores. There are no easy to use online stores, affordable advertising, and the rest of them. The available solutions are either too expensive for them or too technical for them to use. Therefore, the idea of Prime. So what is Prime doing? Prime is looking at providing online stores to this set of people, provide advertising, bookkeeping, the ability to keep proper inventory, sales management, and last mile logistics. So this set of people actually, they find it very difficult. When they run ads, they don't get leads. When they want to have an online store, it's either too expensive for them, for the players here. And then the possible solutions, the easy places for them are Facebook and Instagram, and it doesn't really provide the solution that they need. So Prime is coming to provide these 6 major things, like I've mentioned earlier. Now we have a revenue model. Of course, having an online store should be free, but then there should be other premium features that include the advertising, bookkeeping, keeping inventory, sales management, and logistics, which are sort of like the premium features that are going to be paid. And then, of course, in future, if the business takes off, of course, we would have to invest in last mile delivery, which is also a problem, in the e-commerce space here. And as well, advertising. Of course, when we have a good number of users on our platform, people would like to, place ads. So that's another aspect of the revenue. And for traction, so we have an MVP right now, and we have about 60 users who have helped us to go through our product, we've tested, and this is something that people like. And we've gone to vendors one-on-one to interact with them, and they love the product we have. But in our MVP, we have a paywall. We started with putting a subscription plan there, which actually discouraged lots of users. But even with that, we have about 3 paying users. Of course, we are still iterating and trying to improve our product. So right now, we have spoken to about 1,000 people, and they love what we are building. And I'm not a technical founder. I have a developer who is my partner. He's been the one working with me all this while. And then recently, I connected with some guys from India who also went through what we are building, and they loved it, and they are willing to, come on what in fact, they're already working on our product, and we'll look forward to implementing other features, to make our product
Have
even
you had
better.
to invest any money to get this far?
Pardon?
Have you had to invest any money to get this far?
Well, it's been mostly personal funds, just roughly $3,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you have your first minimum viable product, and there's 3 paying users on it. How did you get those 3 paying users?
Well, it was from one-on-one interaction. They needed what we had. They needed a place where they can sign up a store, an online store, very easily. They needed a place where they can access advertising. For now, I help them to advertise on Facebook, and then on what's it called? On Google. Google Merchant Center. I use Google Merchant Center to advertise their products for them. So they were excited when we talked to them about what we have. And the other people, normally when there's a new product, people are very skeptical, to take on a new product when there is a payment. But then in the new product we are building, we're designing a free feature. We're designing a free feature to own an online store and to put your product is going to be free. And then when the payment will come in when you want to, access the premium features, like, keeping your books, accessing last mile delivery, people, and then advertising and the rest of them that can come over time. Yeah.
Got it. So first off, congratulations. I love that you've made this progress, and you should feel very proud of yourself. How do we really scale that? Like, how does this become something that is taken on the e-commerce space in Africa? Like, what does that look like? Let's pretend that we don't exist. You're doing this all on your own. What are you doing to get there?
Okay, the big players here actually are focusing on Lagos, Nigeria, but there are other smaller cities that have a good number of vendors who are emerging and want to go into the space, but they don't have this guidance. So I believe strongly that if we have a very functional system whereby people can sign up easily without paying anything in the first instance. Already, like I said, we've spoken to about 1,000 people, and they like what we have, but then they don't want to commit, by buying the initial subscription we made. But then, like I said, we want to create a free product, like a free online store. You come in, and then over time, of course, you'd see what you love, you'd see what you like, you see other features you would like to take advantage of. Also, we look forward to having a payment system, of course, a payment system where we can, when a shopper sells a product, we get a percentage of the sales, to the company. So I believe that when we implement the free feature, we're going to have droves of users coming. And over time, we look forward to expanding into other African countries, starting from West Africa, because I know that this is a common problem around African nations. Yeah.
So speaking to yourself, what is your background? Like, what's your skill set? What have you done up to this point? Share a little bit about your track record.
Well, I'm a veterinarian, but then I have strong interest, in the e-commerce space. Normally, I buy about 90% of the things I use online. So for many years, so I have very strong experience about, the flaws, in buying and selling online. And I've taken courses in digital marketing, and of course, one of my team members is tech inclined. He has built a couple of products, even e-commerce products. And the Indian guys, I believe they have a good enough experience to bring in the tech aspects into what we are doing. And part of why I am here today is, of course, for you guys to co-found my business with me and fill up, the gaps that are there already. The advising, the legal, and the rest of them. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's see what our audience thinks. What are your thoughts of this vision, of this idea, of this company, and the progress that has been made thus far? So impressed with the progress. Should we move forward in due diligence? Eric, what are you thinking?
So I want to commend you for coming this far. Not everybody can go the distance to get a product made, and especially getting the product made to not only getting your first customer, but getting your first 3 customers. So I really commend you for that. My biggest question is why does it have to be so big? Like, why are you taking care of everything from the beginning all the way to even the fulfillment? You're speaking into a ton of factors that you're going to be taking responsibility for. I think if you were to hone down onto just one of them, instead of trying to manage, you're not managing the whole supply chain, but managing multiple parts of the supply chain. I think I would be more interested if you were just focusing on that one thing. But since you're covering so many of them, I'm not sure if it's something that would be a right fit for us. So I would be no for due diligence.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm there as well. I love your energy, and I'm proud of what you've accomplished. But what you're looking to take on has like zero ability to truly become anything minimum viable. Like, we talk about minimum viable products often, and I started to realize like that's actually not what we do. We build minimum viable companies, and it's more than just a product. Yours is just it's so significant. Like the journey that you're going to need to go on to support in the capacity that you want to is one that would take years and years. And for us, that's just not the type of tech that we want to step into. We want to step into things that we can bring to market within 90 days to 6 months and solve a really meaningful problem and then start to scale from there. But there's just too much that was presented. So for that reason, I'm going to say no, but I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And I believe in you. And please keep us posted with your progress. All right. After commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
What if there was a simple business toolkit that got you paid by your clients, customers, and patients? What if you can set up your account in seconds and begin benefiting from all of the features in minutes? What if this entire platform is free? Business Toolkit is revolutionizing the way small businesses and sole proprietors are running their businesses by enabling you to manage your sales process from one platform from start to finish. Imagine canceling your expensive scheduling software, or discontinuing your clunky invoicing software, or eliminating your pricey task management software, and instead using one platform, your Business Toolkit, to drive your business forward. And don't forget, Business Toolkit is free. Sign up ASAP and begin saving money while you make way more money than ever before.
We are back with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Jordan Johnson. I'm from Austin, Texas.
Awesome. Listen, Jordan, we're excited. You got 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea. Take it away.
Perfect. So I've got a unique perspective of being both in entrepreneurial sales as well as technologically being a software developer as well. I'm also a entertainment viewer, as most. I've noticed in the TikTok, Instagram influencer world, as well as the Twitch world, YouTube gaming, it's getting bigger and bigger by the day. A lot of viewers. You've got many, rappers, influencers across the entire world, live streaming their gaming services, NBA players, NFL players, and so it's just going to keep getting bigger as an entertainment avenue. The real problem I've noticed being a Twitch streamer myself, you have a lot of miscommunication between many companies who might want to expand their marketing and enter into these younger, even smaller audiences. If you were to go to watch a video on YouTube of gaming right now, you pretty much have a couple of main companies advertising their products. So you'll see, Manscaped, these different products, and it's pretty much the same throughout each individual creator. What about when a smaller to mid-sized creator would like to work with a company, but may not have the juice to pull the bigger companies? A smaller company might want to also offer their services to viewers that may not necessarily get the most amount of viewers, an influencer creator. And by the time somebody goes viral, all of the big companies have hit them. If you're a small energy drink company and a TikTok goes viral, Monster, Red Bull, these companies are going to beat you out with both money as well as juice, essentially. So I want to find a way to integrate these two ideas and let these companies find their influencers and content creators prior to them going viral. So creating a website such as a mixture between almost a dating site and Indeed, so these companies can find potential matches for their brand, even before they go viral or go big. Somebody who can find the next Ludwig or Shroud for the streaming services, or the next Charlie D'Amelio for their TikTok services before they get the chance to go viral. And so that's really one of the biggest things I've noticed in the influencer and Twitch world currently.
So what technology would you want to build to, help find these influencers or get them the money that they deserve?
So I'd like to integrate a website with both the Twitch, TikTok APIs, as well as the Instagram algorithms, create entire portfolios for the consumer side, And for the company side, I'd like to do essentially a searching program. So a ranking system that would match potential companies to their potential creators and influencers with a ranking score. And so this would allow potential companies to see the ins and outs of that particular influencer or creator, and be able to see who is going to fit their ideals as a company best. And so the integration across the board with APIs from Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, that will allow these companies to see the perfect fit for their potential marketers.
So what's the economic model? How does it work? So like, go speak into it, because I have my own ideas, but I don't want to influence yours. So
Sure.
What's the economic model?
So economically, from a small scale, having a creator, an influencer, create an account that's able to view different potential companies and apply for them, such as you'd see on Indeed, and apply for these jobs and almost have a resume available to them. Now, the company would pay their end, and the influencer would also be able to have an upgraded sort of account platform that would allow them to be at the top of the priority lists, to have a regularly revolving API refresh rate. And the companies would also be able to have different packages that will allow them to see the prime candidates first, the number one in their class influencers as well. For future scaling, it could be something that when these clients are potentially signing contracts, even having a legal team available to these influencers and content creators, so that way they can ensure that the contract process goes smoothly and that both ends are getting exactly what they want. And integrating this into potential business revenue for their customer cost acquisition. So if you talk about something as sending somebody free merchandise and just 2 people purchase from somebody who may get 30 viewers a video, you've exceeded the amount of customer acquisition costs that you'd normally get from their marketing standpoint.
So how do we get to market, right? So like, how do we get the attention of the influencer, and then how do we get the attention of the brand? Because it is a marketplace. I know that you're saying it's a website, but it's kind of a two-sided marketplace, which,
Sure.
which is like, but like, how do we get both of those parties on? And in your opinion, who comes first? Is it the influencer or is it the brand?
So first and foremost, the amount of influencers out there is unlimited. It's not limited anymore to just young people. We've seen things where even older people are starting to get into this trend and become available with all generations. And so you're not having just a young group of people anymore. And so first and foremost would come the applicable companies. Really, for me, the general rule of thumb would sort of be to get enough companies to compete in a marketplace, and then the influencers would come. And so currently, at least for Twitch standards on my end, there's a lot of formation of stream teams, is what they call them, and they are going out and getting 30% off coupon codes from these companies. Why couldn't they develop that relationship further? Even get product, get an additional licensing deals with them, make these a lot more integrated than just saying, hey, if you use my coupon code, I may get a kickback from it. Making these actual partnerships, as opposed to just, if you go big, good. If not, best of luck to you. And so going companies for sure would be the proper route. And then Twitter, Facebook, all of these places are excellent places to find creators and get in direct contact with them. And so being allowed to have direct contact.
Let's see what our audience thinks, Jordan. I think this is a good one for them to vote on. First off, would you use this? So if you're an influencer, do you see value in this? And if you have a brand, would you see value in this as well? I'm curious in the comments below. So would you use a platform like this? And as you're commenting, should we move forward into due diligence? Eric, what are you thinking?
So around this idea, I'm just not sure if TikTok and Twitch would really even allow a platform like this to be so integrated into their services. But let's say that it does, right? So you can get it on. I think one of the things that you were speaking into was how difficult it'll be to get the companies on. And then once you get the companies on, all of the influencers will follow. And you're looking at like these micro influencers. I actually think it's reverse. And I think it's the micro influencers will come on first and the companies will be difficult to get because the companies all want the Charlie D'Amelios of the world and they want the Logan Pauls of the world. And I'm not sure if you're accurately solving the problem for the companies, right? Like you want to focus on a two-sided marketplace. You want to solve the problem for the hardest person to bring on. And I think that what these companies are looking for is more, if they're going to pay a micro influencer, they want to pay a micro fee in order to get like the same kind of reach they would get with Charlie D'Amelio, but they'll pay micro fees across like 100 different influencers. So I think you might I think this is a phenomenal idea. I talk all the time to Jared about how the creator economy is just a growing segment that some of these media companies, some of these influencers have more reach than full-blown media companies. Like, Charlie D'Amelio easily has more reach than VaynerMedia probably does. And so I would just ask, go back to the drawing board just a little bit and think about how the companies would use this as a utility, because the micro influencers, they're going to raise their hand all day any way that they could get paid because they have 50 viewers on their Twitch stream. Think about how the companies need that utility to pay all of these people.
Yeah, so it's funny you went there. Like I went there too. I really think you're the right person to do this. Like you're relevant to do it. I just wasn't convinced that you're solving the right problem for those companies or you're going about it the right way. But I think there's something there. Maybe it was 5 minutes and there wasn't a presentation that would have potentially helped us see it better. So I want to give you another shot. We're going to send you a document which has some questions in it. Go through the document because it's going to give you a chance to go a little bit deeper into the actual problem you're solving and how you're going to go about solving it. Our idea review committee will then review it. And then at that point, I'm confident we'll see it more. And then I hope we can go into due diligence. I'm very impressed with you. There's definitely a need here. I just didn't hear today exactly what the solution was, if it was the right solution for the market that you're looking to support. So for that reason, I'm a maybe. We'll send you the document. We're excited to see what you do with it. Thanks for coming to the tank. All right, after commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
Blueprinted is the place where you can go in and put those steps in there and then be able to impact the world and monetize on that by having a marketplace in the community that we're developing for you in Blueprinted.
So we've created the app for any expert to be able to come in and put their steps, their exact steps to success in our app and put it on a marketplace where people can go and buy their steps to any success.
There you have it. Like we promised, entrepreneurs from around the world pitching their tech ideas. Some really early stage, some further along. Some have demos, some have PowerPoints, and some are just people sitting there with their head on the camera and they're speaking their vision. They're causing and creating a future. And it's so interesting. There are people that come to us with really great demos and we don't see it, and others that just speak it and we hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And what it really comes down to, this is really important for you, is your ability to paint a picture of a bigger and brighter and better future, and then have us see you doing it with or without us. That's called leverage. This is the most important thing that you need in business and in life. You need leverage, you need to use it for the right reason. You need leverage, you need to use it for the right reason. So if you come and pitch us, and you're like, listen, guys, we're doing this with or without you, and you can't do it without us, and you're the right person with the right idea and the right market and the right business model, you're gonna see us jumping through the screen to say yes to you. Because that's what we stand for. We stand for people who don't have dependencies. They're going to do it with or without. They're just going to find a way. We just happen to be the best way for them to do it. And we find a way to come together, we co-found, and we build scale, and we sell the company. And that's what you just watched. You just saw that in the making. And maybe one of the pitches from tonight will be the next Slack, or the next Clubhouse, or the next Salesforce.com. We don't know. The ones that we say yes to, we believe have deep, deep potential. And you just had a chance to hear it and see it before anyone else. But here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch the show. Don't just watch it. We want you to watch it, but don't just watch it. Be on it. Be on it with your idea. Because maybe right now in your little black book is the next Slack, is the next Clubhouse, is the next Salesforce.com. But I can guarantee you it won't become that if it stays in your little black book. It won't become that if it just sits on that napkin that's in your wallet so you don't know where to go with it. So head over right now, pitch10x.com, submit your idea. Give us our team a chance to review your submission and then maybe invite you to the show and then give us a chance to say whether or not we want to move into due diligence with you. Because like I said, you're not changing the world in your little black book. But if you have the courage to execute, and when you do, you might just have the next big tech company. I believe that you do. So pitch10x.com, submit your idea. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.